Hey guys, this is Andrea O'Donnell coming to you from Howell, Michigan. This is where I live. I'm on my front porch right now. I was going to do this in my studio, but it's just too nice outside today, and there's not a whole lot of this left in the Michigan season this year. So I was asked to tell you a little bit about me and my experience as a makeup artist, a body painter, and educator. And I'm hoping to see a lot of you in my workshop at Michigan Makeup Academy in Troy coming up in October. First of all, I'm a makeup artist first. I was a makeup artist since 1988. I have been doing, regular traditional beauty makeup, brides, prom girls, special events, whatever you name it. I was beauty school and high school graduate at the same time. So I went to beauty school during high school, graduated when I was 18. I grew up in my mother's hair salon. And quickly realized the minute I became a hairdresser at 18 that I didn't like doing hair, that I preferred doing makeup. And at the time, I also worked in a retail shop that was real avant-garde, and we did a lot of fashion shows, and I was able to express some of my creative makeup applications back then when I was 18, 19 years old as a makeup artist for them. And that kind of got me going. So although I spent the next, 6-7 years in the salon doing brides and prom girls and special event makeup, I grabbed those creative jobs whenever I could. Went to school at a couple well-known makeup artist institutes out in California and also in Canada. And then I went to lots of shows and different classes, small classes that came to the area, whatever I could do. Mind you, this was the early 90s, so there wasn't a lot available back then in our area. So then I had babies and things changed. I had this plan to be a famous makeup artist in Hollywood or New York, and that just changed, as children can do. So my mother sold her hair salon, and I didn't want to buy it, so I went on with my freelance career. And all during the time of the salon, I was learning to be an educator. I was teaching small classes to young makeup artists and to everyday women, makeup lessons on groups of women and how to do their own makeup and ladies' night out parties, things like that. I love teaching. It's a lot of fun. So after I kind of stepped away from the salon and did freelance makeup for a few years, I kind of got a little burnt out on makeup in general, and I went off to do some painting. I've always been a painter and artist on canvas and murals and whatnot, so I kind of followed that path for a little while and worked at a store that taught those things. So before long I was teaching those things to people as well. So I think my mom always says I'm a natural born teacher, but the thing is I'm not much of a kid person, so I have to find things that adults like to learn, and then I feel more comfortable teaching. Not to say I don't like kids. I do like kids. I'm not someone who can spend all day with them. So please, no haters. anyways, I went off to do my painting for a few years. I still did makeup every weekend practically somewhere. Word of mouth travels fast when you're a makeup artist. And one thing always leads to another job. So I never stopped doing makeup, but I ended up moving out here to Howell from Farmington, where I started, and then opened up a paint store and taught people how to do painting there, my own paint store. Did that for a couple years, and then 9/11 hit. So 9/11 was a big downfall for a lot of small businesses, especially new ones like mine starting out. So I only lasted a couple years there, and when that closed, I had to go back to doing makeup full time because that's what I knew best, that's what I love best, and honestly, I kind of missed it. So even the brides and prom girls. So anyways, long story, I'm trying to make it short. It's really long. I've been doing this for 27 years, so it's kind of hard to cram it into 10 minutes. But I started doing makeup again, but I knew that I would get really bored really fast. I'm classic ADD. I need to be kept, constantly entertained and inspired, and things need to change often to keep me interested. So I decided to go into the world of fashion and photography a little bit differently, a little bit more intensely. So I started offering my services as a creative makeup artist to photographers in the area, and just doing it for free like everybody does in the beginning to try to just sort of build your portfolio and whatnot. And I should say too, during the time that I had my art store, I learned how to do some face painting after watching some people doing it at Disney World. And so I started doing a little bit of that on the side too, but again, not much of a kid person. So spending all days at fairs and festivals and all that, although I did my time doing it for a few years, it's not really my thing either. Little birthday parties, stuff like that, I still do, but 8 hours, 10 hours a day, and God knows what kind of weather and festivals for days and days at a time, it's just not my cup of tea. So I have other girls that I teach how to do that, and they go off and do that for me, and I take just the fun stuff that I like to do. But anyways, so I started doing face painting, body painting, and then realizing that there's a whole world out there of body painters and face painters that are like, it's just growing and growing and growing, especially right now in this time with all these television shows and advertisements and things like that that are bringing it to life into the mainstream. So, you know, all that being said, I discovered the world of conventions. Just like the makeup artists have conventions and trade shows, so do the face and body artists. It's a whole different world, a whole different community. The lines blur a little bit, like myself, I do both, but you know, most of it is like one or the other. So I started going to these shows and realizing that I just found my tribe, a world full of colorful, creative makeup artists that aren't necessarily refined makeup artists, but they love to just create big and bold and colorful, and that's what I wanted to do. So I started doing it, and I started charging for it, and then I started competing, which is like, you know, something I really love to do. By the time I was at my second year of trade shows, they were asking me to teach. In my second year, I competed for the first time and won first place at the Face and Body Art International Convention in Orlando, Florida. And so I really got bit by the bug at that point. I wanted to compete, I wanted to teach, I wanted to dive in full force, and that's exactly what I did. So I kept competing, I kept teaching, and before you know it, I had offers from companies to put my name on things. And one of the things that I do a lot of is stenciling with an airbrush. Just at the end of my body paints, I like to add all sorts of fun textures and patterns and things like that with an airbrush or with a sponge or whatever, all sorts of different tools, which I will show those of you that come to the workshop all of my tips and tricks. But a lot of it involves adding fine detail icing on the cake with stencils. So I partnered up with a really awesome individual that I met along the way and voiced my dreams to, and he helped me start BadAss Stencils. And that was in 2010 we launched it, and today we have like over 80 distributors in 12 countries and 5 continents and something like that. I don't even really know the combination anymore. All I know is they're sold all over the world, and it's offered me the opportunity to continue to do what I love and make a business out of it, treat it like a business, professional level business, and other people look at it that way too. And that's the key. You have to treat it that way. So my class is going to teach you how to treat it that way, not just how to paint, but how to show people what you can do on a professional level so they take you seriously. And that starts out with you taking yourself seriously. So you have to get in there, get your hands dirty, learn the nitty-gritty. A lot of classes, including makeup classes, they teach you how to do something, how to do technique, how to apply something, how to use a certain tool or product. I teach you all that, but I also teach you how to get in there and get your clients, and how to work with your clients, and how to deal with models and photographers and contracts, and how to invoice for something like body painting. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing, right? And I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, every job is different. It's not a cookie cutter job, but that's what I love about it. That's what keeps me interested, and that's what keeps me going. So sprinkle into that classes, teaching classes all around the world. I travel all year long. I mean, like every other week I'm somewhere else. I've seen almost every continent. My job has taken me everywhere, and I'm so thankful for it. But in order to get in there and get your name built and get yourself, you know, with a nice portfolio and some paid jobs and things before this blows up so big, you want to get in there first. So by learning from me at this workshop, you're gonna get a jump up on a lot of people. I mean, I really cover a lot more than most body art instructors do. So you're gonna love this class. I'm excited to teach you about this class. And, you know, there's a lot more about my career that happened after that, and it involves opening makeup art studios. It involves the current studio I have now, which I love, and all sorts of other stuff. Some celebrities that I've worked with, some really cool jobs that I can tell you about, but I'm going to save all that for the class because I really want to see you guys there. And you know, I chose MMA Troy to to do this class at, because, you know, honestly, I'm a Michigander. I want to see Michigan people make the money. I want to see Michigan people thrive. I used to think to myself, hey, I don't want to teach everybody, you know, in my immediate area my skills, but honestly, I don't even work here that much. I work around the world. So I'd love to see some people here doing what I do at the level that I do it. And then I might be able to use your talents sometimes. I mean, I really, sometimes I'm in desperate need for extra hands that know what they're doing. And I have a couple assistants, but sometimes they're not available, or sometimes I need more than that. So I'm looking for, you know, I'm looking for a few good men. I'm looking for people to, you know, that I can depend on too, or that I can at least refer people to in the state of Michigan for these jobs, because they are coming. These jobs are coming. The world is discovering body art. It's becoming mainstream. Not sure that I like it to become mainstream. I like the awareness of it, but the mainstream thing kind of freaks me out a little bit. I don't certainly want hordes and hordes of makeup artists turning into body painters, or worse yet, non-makeup artists turning into body painters. I mean, at least you guys kind of know what you're doing, and you know, you're in the business of beauty already. So this is just another bigger, bolder, brighter, larger, more awesome form of makeup. So, in my opinion, anyways. So I hope to see you all there at the Michigan Makeup Academy in Troy on October, I think it's the 14th. Please tell me I'm right. Whatever that Wednesday is that week. That's when I'll be there, and I can't wait to meet you all. So come on down, and there's going to be a lot of freebies there. I'm going to give you some free BadAss stencils. I'm going to show you how to airbrush if you don't know how to airbrush. I'm going to give you all sorts of different fun things. There's some good stuff to be had, and those of you who signed up know that you've bought a kit. I'm giving you the best products that I use on a daily basis. And, you know, just know that, oh, excuse the storks going by. There's storks going by. Anyways, so you're going to have exactly what you need to get a really good start on a new career as a body painter, or at least upgrade your current career as a body painter. So see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.